Be sure to turn on your notifications so that you know when we post new videos.
Hey everybody, it's Dr. Angela Cudger, your holistic health coach, integrative lifestyle expert, and metaphysician. I'm also the founder of Legacy Holistic Health Institute. Now, if you are returning to this channel, thank you for being here. I truly appreciate all your likes, your shares, and your subscribes on the content that we're putting out. And if you're new to the channel, I truly hope that you find something that is of immense value to you, that you would even join our community as well. In this video, in honor of Breast Cancer Awareness Month, which is October, and overall Cancer Awareness Month as well, this video is going to be talking all about cancer prevention. Now, you've probably heard a lot of different things concerning cancer prevention. You've probably heard a lot of information about how to support people on cancer journeys and how to support nonprofits during this time of year. But one of the things I want us to be aware of is that if we knew and understood some of the different little known things that actually cause cancer, then we would actually then probably know a lot more about prevention and be willing to embrace some really great preventative techniques. So over the course of this video, I'm going to be sharing those things with you, and I hope that you get some incredible information out of this actual video. So when we're talking about cancer prevention, the first thing we want to do is pretty much the obvious, right? We want to make sure we're looking at our healthy eating and our fasting. Now, in a previous video that I call Start Fasting Now, and that video talks in detail about the different kinds of fast and why it's important to fast. Fasting is the number one way to prevent anything foreign from growing in the body, any tumors or anything like that. Fasting is going to be the number one way to prevent it and to help heal it in the event that it ever actually happens to you. And so you want to make sure that if you're eating regular meals, that you're also on some kind of fasting regimen. Okay. That if you are, like they say, you can fast 3 to 7 days out of an entire year, and that will give your body enough time to work through everything to stay and prevent cancer. Right. And so you want to make sure that you are fasting in some kind of way. And then when it comes to healthy eating, you actually want to make sure that as you're eating, you are choosing foods that did not necessarily come from another life force, right? So, one of the things I always tell people is that the human being, we have flat teeth, right? We have flat teeth, right? So, we are by nature herbivores. We are not carnivores. If we were carnivores, we'd have a lot more sharper teeth. We'd be able to digest meat a lot better. And one of the main things that causes cancer is things like red meat and pork. So if you're someone who's still eating those things, you want to definitely look at going on a journey to reduce those things. There have been numerous studies that have come out about how non-organic foods as well as meat sources are linked to cancer. They're as bad as smoking. So if you're someone who's still eating those things, you really want to look at how you can bring those things to moderation and then eventually go on a journey to cut those things out of your body altogether. We are by nature herbivores. And so we're going to get the most healthy benefit by eating fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, things like that, healthy fats, things like that. There are a plethora of things we can add from the rainbow to make sure that we're eating properly. And so I do understand, though, how meat, things like chicken breast and things like that, which are also filled with hormones, these things throw our hormonal balance off, and these things even throw off our immune system. And so you want to make sure that if you are someone who's still eating chicken, turkey, steak, duck, all of these different things, processed pastas, things like that, you want to make sure you're going on a journey here to make sure that you're cutting some of those things out of your diet. Those things, there are several studies that link those things to cancer. You want to prevent it, start eliminating those things from your diet, either bring it down to moderation or eliminate it altogether. The second thing we want to do is move your body. Now, our body has both a lymphatic system and a circulatory system. Now, the circulatory system has a pump, which is the heart, and it pumps blood all over your body to get it to where it needs to be. Your lymphatic system is like your trash system, collects everything, takes it out, keeps the body healthy. It does not have a pump. This is why you need to move your body, right? You want to be careful about anything that says do this, do that with no movement. Physically, we're not designed to sit. You're designed to move your body on a daily basis. Whatever that looks like for you. Is it swimming? Is it hiking? Is it running? Is it racquetball? Whatever that thing is for you, find out that and move your body regularly. Your lymphatic system depends on this. Now, if you're someone who can't get outside or who can't find a movement that you love, get what is called a rebounder. A rebounder is essentially the really small trampolines that people can keep indoors. You can put it outside on your deck, anything like that, and you can spend anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes jumping on this miniature trampoline, this rebounder, and it will have the same detoxing effect to your lymphatic system as well. So if you're someone who can't get outside, you can actually sit on a rebounder and bounce and it'll give you kind of that same detoxification effect. So get that in your arsenal. If you're someone who also doesn't get out, it might be beneficial to have a treadmill in your home under your desk, especially if you're teleworking, or you work from home, you work remotely. You want to make sure that you're getting movement in every single day. Now, the next thing you want to make sure that you're doing is you want to make sure that you are actually ditching any harmful habits. Now, what do I mean by those? I'm talking about the things that we know just in the long run aren't going to do us well. This is alcohol, use of alcohol. This is use of cigarettes. This is use of any kinds of illicit drugs, dependence on pharmaceutical drugs, any of those things that will render us or make us have some kind of issue. This is anything that will allow us to have some kind of issue later on in our body. So we want to make sure that we are ditching these harmful habits and not staying in the place where we constantly have access to these, and not being around the kind of energy or people that like to engage or indulge in these kinds of things. And so the next thing you want to do is super, super simple, but it goes a very long way with keeping the body healthy and preventing cancer altogether. And that is your vitamins and sunscreen. If you're going out in public, you want to make sure that you wear sunscreen. Even if you are moisturizing your face at night, sunscreen is very, very important to actually have. I actually have 2 different kinds of sunscreen, one for the day and one for at night moisturization. And so you want to make sure that whenever you're getting into the sun, you're actually protecting your skin as well. This is especially true for my melanated brothers and sisters who feel like, the sun loves me. No, make sure you protect your skin. Make sure you wear sunscreen. And if you're wearing a different kind of makeup, make sure that that particular kind of makeup has a certain SPF or sunscreen protection in it as well. And so you want to make sure you're using this on a regular basis. Your vitamins, I cannot say this enough. One of the things that makes perfect sense is that when the body has everything that it needs, it can stay in a homeostatic state, right? It can be where it stays balanced. And so vitamins help do that. Now, somebody might say, well, we shouldn't need supplements. We got so many things that we can eat. No, the soil in the United States is so depleted. If you are counting on the food that you have here, then you need to be eating triple, double, sometimes 7 times as much of the food to get the nutrients in it. You absolutely must supplement. And then there are certain things that are just not in foods. Your B12, your vitamin D, your trace minerals, your C minerals. You're going to only get those from supplemental sources. And I want you to use those supplemental sources wisely. When the body has all of these things in it, it creates for greater immunity, and it also creates for a barrier against cancer. When you're eating fresh fruits and vegetables plus your supplements, and you're hydrating properly, you bring the body into a space of alkalinity. And that alkalinity allows your body to heal and heal properly. And the last thing you want to do, which is something that a lot of people don't necessarily think of, but it's the biggest thing. The number one reason why people, in many cases, either contract cancer or find it challenging to get rid of cancer or have it run in their family is when there is emotional trauma, is when there is some kind of long-term stress weighing on the body. There is a book by I can't remember the guy's name, but it's called Letting Go. And it goes through what is called a letting go technique. This individual also wrote the book Power versus Force. And that is also a book that teaches us not to hold on to things. Energy from trauma, energy from emotional imbalance actually gets stuck in the body. This ability to not let things go or to not go on a journey to face something that we need to let go of is one of the main reasons why a person contracts cancerous cells, why a person why it sticks to their body. Now, make no mistake, every single person has had cancer at some point. But because they are hydrating, because they are supplementing, because they are working out, because they are letting emotional things go, these things don't stick in their bodies, right? It doesn't stick in the body. It cannot stay in an environment that we are healing and that we are nurturing properly. And so you want to make sure that when you are going through something, it's so important to find the release technique that works for you, whether it is EFT or tapping, whether it is meditation, whether it is sound healing, right? Make sure that you find a way to let things go. Now, one of the things that you can do to tell or determine if you or somebody needs to start letting things go, you'll exhibit behavior that shows that you're holding on to things. So you might hear people repeat themselves or continue to repeat what came up for them. You might, or something they were upset about. You might hear a person have road rage even when the car is not moving. These are all types of signs that the person is not letting something go. And so it's important that when we're looking at this, that if you see this, you suggest to the person, it might be beneficial for you to look at how you can let this go, or it might be beneficial to look at where the overall anger may be stemming from. Okay. And so let go and don't force anything. Stand in your power of being healthy, being fit, being whole, being happy. If you're a person who finds it challenging to let things go or release stress from your everyday life, or you're always thrown into a stressful environment, you want to start doing what I like to call manifestation walks. You want to get outside and or during your exercise, don't play trap music, right? Play things like binaural beats, play meditation music, especially while you're walking in nature or going for a run outside. You will notice a tremendous difference in how vibrant the trees look, the water look, the birds look. You will find that you're almost always at kind of this place of peace, and you're able to actually let things go. I do this manifestation run every single morning for about 30 minutes. And most times I can get about 3 miles in before getting back home. But I turn on binaural radio and I allow myself to immerse myself in nature and talk to God while I have a run. And I think you should give it a try. Even if you're not a runner, do a manifestation walk. And while I'm walking back to my home or running back to my home, I envision myself with that meditation music. I envision myself immersed into running into my future, immersed into running into my dreams, running into my destiny, and what that looks like and feels like to me cognitively. And then I let myself feel. It's important that you let yourself feel the bliss from all of this as well, because the opposite emotion is what causes cancer to take root. And so you want to be aware of all of these different things. So listen, I hope that you enjoyed this and I hope that you got something absolutely amazing out of this. Please be sure to hit that subscribe button if you haven't already yet. And make sure you let someone else know about this channel and all that's going on and all the goodness that's happening for this channel. Join our tribe and hang out with us for a while. And I hope that you have an incredible, incredible day. Love and light.